So, went to Vegas, did the marriage thing, had a blast. On the way back, we had a 3-hour layover in Atlanta. And during that 3 hours, I did a lot of people watching, just kind of sitting around, didn't really have a whole lot to do other than play on my phone, which was almost dead from playing on it on the plane. So, in the process of sitting around and watching all the people, I noticed that, you know, all the things that you see on the news about the obesity epidemic is really pretty spot on. There are way more obese and overweight people than there are fit and in shape people. Anybody that's really paid attention to this shit on the internet lately or on the news is, you know, it's very obvious that this is the case. But you know, after watching it in Atlanta and seeing it at the airport and seeing all the people there, and even on the plane seeing people who really needed to buy tickets for 2 seats instead of 1, it really got me thinking. And you know, normally when I approach the obesity subject, or you know, people being fat, I get a lot of flack from people and I get a lot of negative feedback because people don't want to hear that they're, you know, at risk for cancers and heart disease and diabetes, and you know, they may not be able to see their kids get married because they're gonna fucking be bedridden, or you know, because of their health issues. And I only bring up that last part because it's why I decided to go on a diet and lose all the weight that I've lost. It's because I wanted to see my kid get married. With that said, you know, I think that maybe the way that I've approached the subject in the past may have been a little too harsh, and it may have turned people off to listening to any kind of advice that I have to give. Ultimately, I do feel that people are the way they are because they're lazy. I do feel that people make excuses because they just don't want to do the work. They don't want to change their eating habits. It's a lot easier to buy fast food and not have to cook a meal than it is to cook a meal. But again, it all comes down to laziness. I've heard everything from I can't afford it to, you know, I don't have time, I can't exercise, I don't have time, I don't have a gym membership. You know, there's lots of exercises that you can do without a gym membership. There's no difference between eating at home, you know, cooking your own meals, prepping them for the week, or every, you know, Wednesday and Sunday like I do. The price difference is no different than you going and spending $20 at McDonald's fucking, you know, twice a day, or Burger King or Arby's or whatever it is that you're eating, because you're obviously not eating healthy. So I have decided that over the next, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, I'm going to start doing paleo recipes, and I'm going to do videos of me cooking them and what the end product looks like, and give you an idea of how much food it takes to make meals that'll last you for more than one meal. Like, I have a sausage and egg sweet potato casserole that I make that it makes about 8 meals, and it doesn't cost much. It's just a few eggs, a sweet potato, and a half of an onion, and some paleo sausage. So, you know, with that said, you know, I get a lot of questions about diet, and lately I've been doing the paleo diet. It seems to be working really well. I've noticed a big change in my body weight's gone down. I lost 20 pounds in 3 weeks. I contribute some of that to doing CrossFit. I also have been noticing a difference in the way that my clothes fit now that my weight's balanced out. I'm averaging about 220 pounds. It's about where I'm staying right now. But my size 36 jeans are loose. I could fit into a 34 now if I wanted to. I'm back down into a large shirt, or maybe a little bit oversized medium. I don't know. I would never wear a medium shirt, but I could fit one. So yeah, with that said, I plan on doing what I can to try to help educate people and try to help motivate people into weight loss. That's kind of something I would like to see happen. You know, I would like to see the obesity epidemic go down. I'd like to see, you know, the bus stops in the morning that I drive by, like the one I just drove by now, and not see any obese children out there, any fat kids. You know, being a fat kid as a child and getting picked on over to something I don't think I'll ever grow past. You know, I'll always remember that, and that's not something that any kid should have to go through. and they wouldn't have to go through it if parents would just step up and fucking raise their kids right and stop being so goddamn lazy. So yeah, with that said, I'm done with this video blog. The next one will probably be a meal, you know, prep, how to make it, my thoughts on it, how many it feeds, what it costs to make the meal, things like that. I'm going to try to do one of these at least once a week. I can't make any promises.